Welcome back. How'd you go? Did you manage to train a ViT feature extractor? I trust you gave it a shot. I've been saying that a lot lately because I've been issuing a lot of challenges, but we're up to model experiment number 2, a ViT feature extractor. Recall what we're trying to do here is train an efficient net B2 feature extractor model as well as a ViT feature extractor model on the same data set to try and satisfy the goals we have for Food Vision Mini. So what we're going to do is once we've trained our ViT feature extractor, compare its performance statistics to the FNet B2 feature extractor, and we're going to deploy whichever model fulfills our criteria the best. So let's go down here and start to train a model. Of course, we've got the training functionality built into where? From going modular, import engine. Then we want to go set up optimizer. What optimizer could we use? Well, we could use almost any of them a part of the torch.optim package. Do we get a whole bunch of options here? Look at that, heaps of options, but we're going to stick with Atom. And the parameters that we're going to optimize are, of course, the parameters present in our ViT feature extractor. And there's only 2,300 trainable parameters. We saw that before when we had this uncommented. There we go. So these are the only parameters that we're going to optimize of this entire model. The rest have been pre-trained on ImageNet. So I'll just comment that out for a little bit of extra space. And the learning rate we're going to stick with the good old default of 1e-3. Feel free to play around with that if you'd like. And then we'll go set up loss function. So the loss function is going to be what? Well, we've used it a fair few times now. It's going to be cross entropy loss for multi-class classification. And then we're going to train our ViT feature extractor with seeds set for reproducibility. So we're trying to get as reproducible results as possible, but again, don't worry too much if your numbers aren't exactly what I get on my screen. Just what we're going for here is a reproducible trend, as in test accuracy and test accuracy going up, test loss going down. So the model we're going to train is the ViT model. The data or the train data loader we're going to use is, of course, train data loader ViT. The data that has been pre-formatted in the same way the original ViT model was pre-trained on. Then we pass in our test data loader ViT. Then how long should we train for? We did 10 epochs for FNet B2, so we're going to do the same thing here. Compare apples to apples, that's what we're after. Optimizer equals optimizer, loss function equals loss function, and then finally we'll set the device, the target device, to the current device, and we're off. Look at that. We are training models at a fantastic pace here. So let's see how long this is going to take. Okay, it looks about 5 to 6 seconds per epoch. So about a minute or so of training. Wow, we're getting fantastic results already. 96% on the test data set. How good is that? So while this is going, I'm just going to scroll back up. See how long our FNet B2 model took. Okay, so that's around 6 seconds per epoch as well. Now, just remember, I'm using Colab Pro, so I may have quite a fast GPU powering my system. But that doesn't mean you can't train a model on the free version of Google Colab Pro. Oh my gosh, over 97%, nearly 98% accuracy on the test dataset, and in quite a low test, over 98% test accuracy. That is fantastic. So I have a Tesla P100 with 16 megabytes or gigabytes of VRAM. That is beautiful. Now, while we're here, let's plot some loss curves. These numbers on a page look fantastic. We have 4.2, we're up to 4.3 here. Let's bring it in. 4.3, we want to plot loss curves of ViT feature extractor. I think these are going to be some pretty good looking loss curves. What do you reckon? So from helper functions, import plot loss curves. We don't necessarily have to import it again. We've already imported it, but we'll just do it for completeness, why not? Plot loss curves, pass in ViT results. What do we get? Oh my goodness, they are some textbook looking loss curves. And in fact, we've got a training loss that's slightly higher than our test loss. So this is telling us if we were to train for longer, we might be able to reduce the test loss even further and increase the test accuracy. So that would be a fantastic extension I'd encourage you to try out. Maybe train it for 20 epochs, see where it gets to. And if you really want to go for it, potentially add in some data augmentation here. Now, of course, where can you find out more about loss curves? That is in PyTorch custom datasets. And then it is section number 8. Here we go. There's a lot of info on these pages, so it might take a little while to load. There we go. So for more on what an ideal loss curve should look like, see here. So we have trained our model. What should we do next? Well, I believe we've got a pretty good performing model. I'm pretty happy with this, 98.5% test accuracy. What did we do for our FNet B2 model? We saved it, we inspected the size of it, and then we collected some stats about it. So you might want to jump ahead and give these 3 a shot. In the next video, we're going to tackle saving our ViT feature extractor and inspecting the size of it. I think that's a good place to go next. I'll see you there.